¿Cómo está mi gente? Wagwan to all my Caribbean people. You know, whopping local to my Panamanians. Welcome back to Big Girl TV. As usual, I just want to thank everyone for, the positive feedback, all the new subscribers. The channel is still small, but I can definitely see it going to great places. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure you like and subscribe and comment. The title of this video, I'm quite sure you already know what it's about. And this particular topic is something very personal to me, and it's something that I actually went through. So like I said, these are my personal experiences. These are things that I went through, that I'm going through, that, Recently, I had to make, if you hear the dog snoring in the background, he's like asleep. Anyway, recently I had to make a decision. It was a very hard decision, but I feel like protecting your peace and protecting your energy is so important, especially with what's going on in the world. It's so easy to fall into depression. It's so easy to fall into, just a not so good place. It is so easy to get wrapped into a bunch of nonsense because of social media, and just other things. So I think it's so important to protect your peace. As some of you guys know, I am a business owner. As well as a business owner, I also employ um, outside work, whether it be, to help me around the house, whether it to be, just assisting me with day-to-day things, because, I do a lot, and I am a single mom, so it's hard for me to juggle, my businesses, and then, me building a brand and my career. It's a lot. So a lot of times, and not only that, like, I just literally just like to help people. That's just the type of person that I am. So recently I had to make a very difficult decision of parting ways with someone that has been in my life for a while and has been in my child's life for a while. But it's like, a lot of times we as people, we allow our feelings and emotions to block, what we're supposed to do. I don't know if people are religious, or a lot of people are religious, but I do believe in God, and I do believe that there is a higher power. Whether you want to call him Allah, whether you want to call him Jesus, whatever you want to call him, it's fine with me, whatever. But I do believe that there is a higher power, because I've been in many situations where I shouldn't even have been alive. And I'm still here, to give a testimony. So that's why I say that I believe that there's a higher power, whether you believe or not. And I've been in crazy situations, trust me. So I know for a fact there's a higher power. So anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm just going to give you guys an example. I was dealing with someone that was just very negative all the time. And a lot of times it's like transfer of energies. I feel like I can pick up on people's energies. And when people are very like, you just negative and always like depressed and just always like full of sorrows or whatever, it literally weighs me down. And no matter how much I try to block it out, it just puts me in a really bad space. So I will give you an example. Prior to me redecorating my house was completely different from what it was before. And I was dating someone who I brought into my home. And when that person left my life, I felt like they left their energy in my home, which is why now I know better, I don't allow anybody in my house. I'm very picky with whom I let in my house. I'm very picky with whom comes into my home for that very same reason. Um, and I just felt like my house had never was the same since that person came into my home and then left my life. So I decided that I was going to redecorate my home, just get rid of certain things and just, start fresh or whatever. And that's what I did. And I was in a great mood. I love candles, guys. So like I would light my candles. My candles would just be like, setting the mood, just giving my house like good vibrations or whatever. But then I would notice that no matter how hard I would try to move forward in my life, I will always get there, but it's just like something always was like just like holding me back. And sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes it's the people that's around you and that's in your immediate circle that can really put a damper on things and how things go in your life. So I had this one particular person that was working for me or whatever. Love her dearly, loved her, still love her, but and I will always love her because she has been there for me through some of my darkest moments. She has helped me through a lot of situations when it came to, um, my child per se. And so, people come into your life for many different reasons, but when it's time to let them go, you just gotta let them go and don't try to fight it. So anyway, this person would constantly just have some sort of it's always a negative, it's always a problem. She always had a problem in her life and never had a solution. And it's like no matter how hard you try, you would give that person a solution. It was like the person was just, they fed off of negativity. And I also feel like because that person knew that I was a giving person and that I will always try to help out, that they used that and made it an advantage for them. So they would play victim to get what they wanted out of me, if I'm making sense or whatever. And then it was like no matter how hard I would put my foot down, it would just be the same thing. And then it got to a point where my home just felt really heavy. So one day, well, this happened on more than one occasions where I was like, you know what, I gotta cut this person off. I cut the person off and then I allowed them back into my life after I said this prayer. And then I started to realize that, when you ask God for certain things, like I'm not saying like I'm like holier than thou, but I am a prayerful person. And if we ask God for something, we have to be obedient and we have to listen. And I find that a lot of times we ask God for certain things, but when it's not what we want, we're like, no, God didn't mean that, because that's what you want. You can't ask God for something and then when he gives it to you, it's like, oh no, I didn't mean that. You just can't. So I always say in my praise, if something is for me, let it be for me. If it's not for me, then remove it out of my life, honestly. And a lot of times when I say that prayer and I start seeing things shifting, it makes me like, dang, like really? No, but I didn't mean, but I love him or I love her, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, not her. And then I try to like, well, God didn't mean this, well, maybe this, you know what I mean? No, sis, that's what he meant. That means if you're praying that he remove people out of your life and he removes that person, that means let him go. Like, don't try to don't bring him back. Don't, please, no, you gotta go, okay? So in this case with this particular person, I was complaining to my mom every day and I was just saying to her like, yo, like this person is like really draining me out. Like every day is a problem. I can't even see my way. Like I cannot see my way. And it's not like I'm not doing anything. It's just literally I just can't see my way. Everything is just like cloudy or whatever. My mom's like, because my mom is just like me, like, oh, you got to give people a chance. You got to give and take with people, and everybody's not perfect, which I understand. But when you are costing me my peace of mind, you got to go. Okay. So my vision was very blurry, and I was just like, you know what? Let me pray to God. And I kept waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And if those of you who are spiritual people, you know that 3 o'clock in the morning is when your prayers are the most powerful. Okay. You ain't gotta believe me. I'm just telling you. I'm just spitting some gems for you, okay? If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, the best thing for you to do is get on your knees and say your prayers or whatever, because 3 o'clock in the morning prayer is always the most powerful prayer. So anyway, so I kept getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. And then I was like, you know what? Let me pray. And then I'd say my prayer and then I would be able to fall back to sleep. I woke up again. I said the same prayer, and the prayer was, God, whoever is not meant to be in my life, please remove them now. That's it. Because I just need some clarity. Cool. Literally 2 days later, me and this person got into, I don't want to say a scuffle because we didn't get into a scuffle and we definitely didn't get into an argument. It was pretty much me, just putting my foot down and the person just screaming. And I was just like, and I was really surprised at myself because usually I'm the type of person that's like, yo, who you talking to? Like, seriously? Blah, blah, blah. I'm so quick to bite back. But this time I heard God say, be still, right? So I didn't really say much. The person asked me, and then before that, my son had said to me, Mom, this person is like really just a negative person and I really don't want to deal with it today. Now, children are very innocent. They're innocent. They have a spirit that I want to say is very innocent. So they tend to pick up on things that we as adults don't necessarily see. And when it comes to my son, I listen to him. If he tells me he doesn't want somebody around, that person will not be around. Okay? If he tells me he doesn't like someone, that person can't be around us. Okay? Because that's just the way it is. So anyway, so that particular day, my son was like, please tell the person don't come or whatever because, I just feel drained. I feel it's just too much negativity and I don't want to feel that. And my son is 9 years old. So I told the person, today, don't come or whatever. Just take it easy for the day or whatever. The person didn't answer the phone. I text them this information, call like 5 times. They didn't answer. As I knew that they weren't going to answer. And then the following day they show up and I'm just like, hey, I have to like really like take a breather, and take a step back and just like, okay, this is going to get confrontational. I could just already feel it because the person is extremely dramatic, drama queen, don't listen, just very like all over the place or whatever. So I already knew and I wasn't even in the place to just go like, back and forth with the person. So I was just like, let me take a breather. And that day, my son was home. So he's like, oh, Mom, the person came. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I came downstairs and I was like, hey, I sent you a message letting you know that you didn't have to come today. And the person was like, well, why not? And I was like, because your attitude is like, a little. Before I could even get in the word in, the person started screaming, carrying on, talking about how their pressure's high, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, just like listening. And then the person proceeds to say that they have problems. We all have problems, sis. So I then turn to the person and I say, we all have problems. Like, I'm a single mother, And when I say single mother, I mean I'm a single mother. 90%, 97% of the work or the things that I do for my son is solely me. Okay? My parents help me out here and there, they're 2%. And it's not really they help me out. Well, yeah, they do help me out. Like if I need a babysitter, and my son is spoiled, so his grandparents spoil him. But honestly speaking, if it wasn't for my parents, I don't know what I would do. But anyway, yeah. So I am a single parent. 97% of the things that I I do solely. Okay, let's be very clear. I'm a single mother. My son lives with me, which means that whoever is the primary caretaker of the child bears more of the responsibility. Period. So you sitting up here telling me that you had problems. Like, we all got problems. I got student loans up to my hole, okay? The economy is horrible right now, so I am trying to, just sustain my businesses. What are you telling me about problems? Like, I have a mortgage. I have I could go down a list of things that I have going on in my life, but I'm not wearing my problems on my shoulder, and I'm also not putting that on anybody else. So as this person is just carrying on, I was just kind of like just done with the conversation, and the conversation ended with the person leaving. Cool. the same day, the person reached out to, not to me, but reached out to my mom and told my mother that they would no longer be returning. And I was just like, cool, you know, like I'm done with having to I'm done with feeling sorry for people. I am done for not protecting, I'm done with not protecting my peace, my happiness, and my sanity for the sake of other people, because I see it all, I see me doing this so often, always feeling sorry for other people and like, okay, well, maybe I can help out that person. And then I am the one that is getting the shitty end of the stick. So I was done with that at that point. And so I'm like, okay, cool, no hard feelings or whatever. It is what it is, whatever. I don't really want to go into the details about what was said, but I do want to say that eventually the person realized that they were in the wrong, but you can no longer come back in my circle. Like, you are no longer welcomed in this, because I have to protect my peace, and you guys should protect your peace too. So if I just wanted to really make this video just to let people know that if you are in a situation where you constantly feel, because people will do that to you, like people would victimize themselves, and you know, you start feeling sorry for them, and then you know, you want to help them, whether you're in, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your husband, whatever it is, people will do that to you. Don't allow them to do that to you. Do not allow people to use, you know, to play victim, and then you feeling sorry for them, and you're, you know, losing yourself trying to help somebody else. If you're not good, you can't be, if you're not good, you can't be good. You cannot be good for anybody else. So I just want to let everybody know, you know, based on, you know, my experiences or whatever, and this is just one of many experiences, you really have to protect your peace. And when I say protect your peace at all costs. Don't allow any and anybody to come into your house, into your home. And then if God removes somebody out your life, leave them right where they are. Because you know what? If you disobey God and you bring them back into your life, trust me, it would be worse. Okay? It will be 10 times worse. The experience that you will have with this person will be 10 times worse. So you know what? Let them go. Okay? Let them go. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it, but I just want to say, you know, to anyone that's out there that's watching my video or watching this video, protect your peace, okay? Because your peace is the only thing that you have. And if you're not well, if you're not good, you can't be good to anybody else. Especially if, like me, I'm a single mother. Like, I need to be 100% for my son at all times. Like, I don't have time to be, you know, giving my energy or allowing other people to affect my energy, because then it affects my son. And once it starts to affect my son, then it's a problem. So the best thing for you to do is just remove those people out your life, protect your energy, protect your peace, keep God first, and stay prayed up. That concludes this video. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to give it a like and a thumbs up. And if you liked any of the other videos, be sure to check them out. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Later.